Texas League Baseball is next. And good evening, everybody. We welcome you into this Wednesday night live broadcast. And here is the star of the Texas League, John Baker. Well, thank you, Bob, and hello, everybody from Midland, Texas. As we get our broadcast, it is the second game of our six-game set between the visiting San Antonio Missions and your Midland Rockhounds. Well, we got to say, tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock, our first pitch here at Franco Park as we continue our series here against the San Antonio Missions. So far, pretty good after that. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by our favorite Taco Villa, best Mexican food of the Permian Basin from Midland, Amarillo, Hobbs, San Angelo, and throughout the Permian Basin. It's just really, really good stuff. Also, Rose's Cafe and Texas Burger are proud sponsored of Rockhounds Baseball. And so far, we're just loving it like it is. Yeah, I got to say, John, absolutely right. You know, Taco Villa, fresh salsa. Boy, salsa that will make you go nuts. You can have a salsa contest. That for sure. And even though it comes out liquidy, because they have it in a little tube with a thing that you peel off on the top, and just a really, really good hot salsa. But anyway, you have a combination meat burritos, bean burritos, chalupas, tacos, taco salads. They have everything that a man can ask for. But anyway, wishing they would have had Taco Villa, Roses, and Texas Burger from where we are back in San Antonio. But unfortunately, we have these other restaurants like Cat Food, Taco Bell. Well, hey, not talking ugly about them, but a lot of people still love Taco Bell. And those are our Thursday night deals when we're in San Antonio, John. Oh, okay, so I'm sorry about talking bad about them. But anyway, I mean, they're good and all, but, there are some times that their tacos are too pricey. You get a 12-pack crispy tacos, the family pack of them, they gone up $28 in the last year, when basically for a 12-pack tacos, they would be about $23 to $24, and now they've gone up $4 extra, which I kind of see that as being outrageous and stuff. But anyway, we're here in the pregame show, and I gotta say, Midland winning really good, and I do believe we have our score paper that we always have. Bob, what did we do with the score paper?
It's over here, John.
Oh, there it is. Okay, well, thank you. Well, anyway, yesterday, Midland won the first game. I'll put it that way. And so far, it was really good for the Rockhounds, but evidently for San Antonio, it was a loss for the Missions. And yeah, we need to go back through and get our finalized score. But yeah, anyway, it was a loss for San Antonio and a big W for the morning game. That the Rockhounds had the Severe Weather Awareness Day. Unlike for us in San Antonio, we've had that during that morning game, or should I say it was a Wednesday morning as we took on the Frisco Rough Riders. And so far it was one of them things, but everybody in the Texas League is now concerned about the weather as we go through the baseball season. And so far, it's getting pretty bad out there. I mean, we saw it bad up in Amarillo. We saw it getting close outside of San Antonio. And boy, I tell you what, the weather was just flat up crazy as we pretty much looked at it. But anyway, it was one of them. Well, anyway, we're going to go over your scores. And today, we had 8 ball clubs that won today in the afternoon. Boy, Frisco had a morning game against Corpus Christi. The final score, Rough Riders were down in the bottom of the 9th, and they were 9-5, but then they started piling in some runs. It was 9-8 Corpus Christi. The Hooks had 1-run lead against the Rough Riders, and Frisco came in, got a few base hits, and they got the bases loaded. And so far, a grand slammer was put in place, and it was a walk-off grand slam for the Frisco Rough Riders. So they win today by the final score, Frisco 12, Corpus Christi 9, and that'll put Frisco 21-14 of the year. Springfield winning against Amarillo, final score 7-5 as they beat the Sod Poodles there at Blue River Stadium. Tulsa wins against Northwest Arkansas 5-2, and Wichita winning against Arkansas final 11-9. But anyway, we are the last 2 teams in the Texas League here this evening as we are getting set to go for Rockhounds baseball. And yeah, so far we are pulling up the final score of yesterday's ball game. And yeah, the Missions losing yesterday. And we are seeing what that score was. I know it was 11-2. There it is. And yeah, so far we didn't write it down, but now we will. So anyway, there it is. Okay. So it was 11-2 as Midland took the first game. And so far, it was a pretty good game there here in Midland. With Game 2 coming up, we are super excited about it as we get things going. Well, we are fixing to get set for our broadcast. The top half of the first inning for San Antonio about set to go as we give you the live broadcast here from Midland, Texas. This proud broadcast for Rockhounds baseball is brought to you in part by our friends there at Taco Villa, the Spice Your Life. We welcome everybody to Midland, and so far our fans out there in San Antonio as well. Bob and I are from the San Antonio Missions area, and yes, San Antonio has been my home since 2013 when my parents lived here for a good 10 years, and then they moved off to Brady, Texas. And so far, it's been a pretty good town thus far. But anyway, being here in Midland, it's always a good time to come for a road trip and, yeah, get to see home every now and then. A beautiful Franco Park, always a great place for the Rockhounds and this one. Well, anyway, it will be a 97-degree evening. We have a little bit of wind blowing up from right field, little bit of dust, and yeah, tomorrow windy conditions, 91 degrees here in this one. Well, we're just about set for baseball here in the top of the first inning. This one is brought to you in part by Taco Villa. Spice your life. Well, we have a right-hander, Ryan Cusick, coming out on the mound for Midland. As he'll get this one started, a four-seam curveball slider and a changeup and a two-seam fastball. Getting ready to go. Leading off for San Antonio, left fielder, Albert Fabian. We'll get things going here for the Missions. And here's the pitch. That one high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes, and we are underway here at 6:44 p.m. Partly cloudy and windy. Wind blowing from the center field area. It will be going center to right in that one. Well, right there, 1 ball, 1 strike. Second pitch of the ball game. Midland wearing their road oranges. Well, they'll pretty much do that for the next couple of nights and then go back to their home white uniforms. San Antonio, road gray as usual. And that one outside will even up the count now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, anyway, boy, big ball games in the Texas League today. Corpus Christi at Frisco, Amarillo at Springfield, Northwest Arkansas at Tulsa, Arkansas at Wichita. They all played in the afternoon. Frisco had a walk-off home run and a grand slammer against Corpus Christi. 12-9. The Rough Riders win that one. Springfield winning 7-5 against Amarillo. Tulsa 5-2 victory against Northwest Arkansas, and Wichita 11-9 against the Arkansas Travelers. That one lifted high in the air, center field, getting up to the left field area. Will make the grab, and that's out number 2. Let's give the visiting San Antonio Missions the starting lineups. Fabian Salas Mears would be the leadoff 3. Castellon, Campbell, and Roederer middle. Rojas, Cedeno, and DeVries will round it out for the San Antonio Missions here in this one. Center fielder Joshua Mears coming up to bat. And the pitch. That is a popper right there, out of play, foul, and it's 0-1. Got a great crowd here in Midland. Got the Rockhounds crowd. And that one is high and outside, 1-1. Boy, gonna be a partly cloudy afternoon. Well, what is left of this day? But as we get into the evening, cloud cover will intensify as we go through this one. Well, swing and a miss right there, a 1-2-3 inning half for San Antonio. No runs, hits, or errors for the Missions. And we head to the bottom of the first inning. Rockhounds coming to bat. Yeah, we're back after this, as we have the San Antonio starter coming up for the Missions. Bottom of 1 for Midland when we come back. About set for the bottom of the first inning for Midland, right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Well, the left-hander, Austin Davis, will get the start for San Antonio. What do we know, Bob? Well, ERA at 9, 18 and 2 in the strikeout, .294 over a .125, which that is pretty good. Arabio Angeles, the shortstop, leads it off for Midland as we are about ready to go here in the bottom of one for the Rockhounds. Here's the pitch right there. Slow roller up to Cedeno at second. He'll give it to Castellon there at first. And there's an easy one out. Well, let's give the starting home side and Angeles, Halter, and Nankio the leadoff three. Kurtz, Trinkle, and Schwartz middle. Bolt, Swift, and McClaver rounded out for the Rockhounds here in this one. Colby Halter, the second baseman, strides up for Midland. One away, nobody on for Midland. Here's the pitch. That one outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Midland 20 and 14, San Antonio 17 even in win and losses. Pretty good right there as that is fouled off. The count now 1-1. Beautiful Rockhounds logo. The right-hand side of the jersey. And the left would have the Oakland A's as well. That's right there, a swing and a miss. And the count now 1-2. Oh, beautiful day here in Midland, Texas. And yeah, so far the wind will pick up later on. That one is high in the air up to left center. Mears has it in sight. And that's out number 2. Boy, Joshua Mears having a great time up for San Antonio. It's really nice. Nate Nankel coming in now. Ready to go with 2 away. Nobody on here in the bottom of 1 for Midland. And that is a cold strike. It's 0-1. Boy, good to be home after a long while. Even though been gone for 12, 13 plus years. But evidently Rockhounds Nation is a pretty good place. Good old Rocky Town. Yeah, I've never been to Midland, but evidently it's a pretty good town. Packed house here tonight. Well, swing and a miss, and that will conclude this half inning. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Midland. As we head to the second inning, it's no score, 3-1. Well, we're back here as Marcos Castellon, the first baseman, leads it off for the San Antonio Missions when we come back. No score, 3-1 here in this broadcast. Top of the second inning for San Antonio, right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. And leading off for San Antonio, the first baseman, Marcos Castañon. Well, we're about going, and slider outside, 1 ball, no strikes as we start inning number 2 here for San Antonio. 1 ball, no strikes. That one right there, and that is gloved. The first baseman has it, and that is out number 1.
Number 7.
Well, that will bring in right fielder Jacob Campbell as he strides up now for the Missions. And the pitch. That one is high and outside, but they call it a strike. And it's 1 and no balls, 1 strike. That one right up the middle, center field. And the center fielder's like, where the heck is that ball at? As he looks for it, and now San Antonio, a 1-out single. Designated hitter is Cole Roederer as he comes in. Takes a changeup down and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Fans waving, and yeah, West Creek Trail Rides there in San Antonio waving at us here in Midland. Pretty good time just riding horses, enjoying the weekend, and yes, a lot of stuff going on. That one right there fouls it off. And the count now 1-2 to Roederer. Wind blowing slightly left now as the flag's going left to right. That one's high and outside, 2-2. Pretty good as our final 2 ball clubs of the day. Try to get something going. That's a ground ball, and that's going to be 1. And there's a Taco Villa double play, and that will give everybody in today's attendance 2 free tacos courtesy of Taco Villa. Absolutely love that place, but the Missions get no runs on a hit, no errors, nobody left on, 2.5, and it's still no score here in Midland. Nick Cruz will lead it off for the Rockhounds when we start up the bottom of inning number 2 for Midland. No score through 2.5. Here, good old Rocky Town of Franco Park. You're listening to Rockhounds Baseball here in the Texas League. About set for the bottom of the second for Midland, right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Well, Nick Kurtz coming in now for Midland as we're getting set for the bottom of two. Here's the pitch. That one is slapped foul, and it's 0-1. Wow, what a walk-off as Frisco winning that ball game against Corpus Christi. That was a pretty good ball game, right, Bob?
I gotta say, John, absolutely right. And man, the Rough Riders just take a 12-9 victory against the Corpus Christi Hooks. And yeah, so far they're 21-14 of the year, leading in first place, which that is pretty good.
That one is a liner up the left field in front of Fabian. And that's a no-out single for Kurtz.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, Trinkle.
And that'll bring up the next batter, Creighton Trinkle. And here's the pitch. That one down and in for a called strike. And it's 0-1. Left fielder tonight for Midland is Trinkle. And that's a off-balance swing and a miss right there. And it's 0-2. Ouch. Don't see that every day. That one slider outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Games. The pitch is right there, and Rojas has it. They'll flip it back to first to Castañon, and boy, so far that's one away, and Trinkle goes down. Designated hitter Nick Schwartz. It would be Schwartz. Well, thank you for reminding me, Bob, how to pronounce his last name. But thank you. Nick Schwartz coming up now. And he hits that one out of play in the count now, 0-1. Davis getting the call for game 2 of the 6th game this week. And here's the 0-1. That went down and outside. A slider will even up 1-1. You know, got clouds coming in, but overcast and cloudy during overnight. That one's going to be right there, liner, and that's going to get down, and that is over the wall for a ground rule double. And boy, Midland has runners in scoring position, second and third now. And they are trying to get in here. And yep, that ball is fair. So evidently, the call was right there, and it was right by the third base umpire. And now here is Henry Bolt. Boy, he's got the last name of a famous super dog. You know, Bolt was a great movie way back then. Back in 2008 when it was released by Disney Studios, and just a great, great movie. A girl and her dog trying to stop an evil green-eyed man named Dr. Calico. And a whole big bunch of bad guys that Dr. Calico had, and that is right there, swing and a miss, and Bolt is down. And that's out number 2.
Yeah, I remember Bolt. That was a good movie.
You know, watch that with one of my granddaughters during the winter vacation, and it was really nice. I bet it was. Here is Drew Swift. And that one out of play, foul. Swift playing the hot corner tonight. Third baseman position. 2 out, 2-1 here in the bottom of the second inning for the Rockhounds. And the pitch. That one is in for a strike, and it's 0-2. So one more strike to get out of this half inning unscathed. And the pitch. That is right there. That's a liner. And left fielder Fabian will make the play, and they'll tightrope out of danger in this half inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for Midland. We head to the third for San Antonio. It's still no score. Yendry Rojas, the third baseman, will stride up to lead it off top of the third for San Antonio when we come back. No score through 2. Now set to go for the top of the third inning for San Antonio. Right now, Rockhounds Baseball Network. Well, hot corner third baseman Yendry Rojas getting it going here this evening. First time up in this ball game. Takes a strike. And the count now is 0-1. That one is outside, and the count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch. That one right there, and that is gloved by the second baseman.
Batting eighth, the second baseman, near William.
As that is caught for the out. Rojas is down, retired. Second baseman, Nerwillian Cedeno. Coming up here for San Antonio in this half inning.
So pretty good. And here's the pitch. That one is inside for a strike. And it is 0-1. One away here. And that is down and in, 1-1. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be straight up. Slow roller. And they get them by a step. 2 down.
Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 94.
With 2 away, here is shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries. And boy, 2 outs, 1 more, and that would be the bottom of the 3rd. Coming up for Midland. That is high flying in the air up the center deep, and that is off the wall, and that is a home run for San Antonio. Leo Dallas DeVries getting one in, and pretty good for the San Antonio Missions. And gotta say, that was just off the wall right as it bounced. An instant replay. Yep, there it was. 407 foot. With a 95.8 mile per hour exit velocity. Top of the San Antonio order, left fielder Albert Fabian. Coming in now for the Missions. 0 for 1, a strikeout last time up. Well, new score. San Antonio leading 1-0 against Midland. Rockhounds trail, but bottom of the 3rd, they should fight back. That one is right there. That one deep. That one up to left center. Base hit. And San Antonio getting up there, and they got a 2-out double. And now Fabian in scoring position. Well, that'll bring up Ethan Salas, the catcher, as he comes in. Set to go, and the pitch. That one is a changeup, and the count now 0-1 to Salas. Last time up, flew out. He's got a great crowd. Boy, I see a guy that's got cheese and jalapeno nachos. Boy, howdy. Yeah, I gotta say, John, boy, those are some pretty good nachos. You know, and you get the big foot-long corn dog that I see you always get. And right there, called 3rd strike. And that is the final out. But San Antonio getting a run on a hit. No errors and a man left at second. And there, 3.5. San Antonio leads it 1-0. So bottom of 3 will be Willie McGaver coming up for Midland when we come back. Well, we're bottom half of the third inning for the Rockhounds right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Willie McSeaver coming in now as we lead off the third inning for Midland. High in the air, camped under it is Fabian, and that is out number one.
The batter, number 9. Shortstop, Aribio.
Shortstop, Aribio Angeles leads it off. Top of the Rockhounds batting order, and that is in for a strike. 0-1 on the circle. Boy, great crowd here tonight. And that's a swing and a miss. And the count now 0-2. Rockhounds threatened earlier after the ground rule double. And that is a strikeout right there to Austin Davis.
Now batting, the second baseman, Colby.
And that'll bring up second baseman Colby Halter. Halter coming in, ready. Here comes the pitch. That is a slow roller in front of Cedeno. He'll pass it to Castagnon, and that ends the frame. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody left on for Midland as we head to the fourth inning. San Antonio leading it 1-0. And we're back here as the top of the fourth, center fielder Joshua Mears will lead it off when we come back. Well, we're set to go in the top of the fourth inning for San Antonio. Right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Well, center fielder Joshua Mears coming in. This game still a 1-0 lead for San Antonio. Got to say pretty good for the Missions as they have that 1-0 advantage. But Rockhounds trying to get in there and capitalize. And, yep, so far they're trying to do that. 0-2. That one high in the air. And that will get down for a base hit. Going to second, and he's going to have the stand-up double, Joshua Mears.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Boy, they throw it, and he swipes to second. And now got Marcos Castañon. 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up. Runner as second. That one high and outside. Ball 1. 1-0 the count now to Castañon. Line out is 0 for 1 here for San Antonio this evening. So pretty good as we get in this one. Here's the pitch. That one outside. Ball 2. Count now 2-0. And right there's a called strike. It's 2-1. Here's the pitch. That one is a high pop-up right there, and that's going to be the souvenir. And that is the count now, 2-2. All right, here's the pitch. Outside, full count now. And that is for ball 3. Right fielder Jacob Campbell waits on deck. That one fouled off. And still hanging on is Castañon. Oh, here's the pitch. That one high in the air. And that one out of play. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Cusick. That one is a liner. And that's going to get through. Here comes a run home. And they got him. So 1 away as Castañon tried to get the run in. And that is right there behind the backstop, our camera guy. Boy, just a sweet apply the tag.
Ball 1.
And that is ball 1 to Jacob Campbell. It's 1 for 1, a single last time up. Here's the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss right there. And the count now is 1-1. San Antonio leading this game 1-0 against Midland. The pitch. That one right there. Liner by the short, and that is out number 2.
The batter, the designated hitter, Cole Roederer.
Cole Roederer coming in. Final chance to get another run in to score. Hit a base hit or a 2-run shot, puts the Missions up to 3. That one is outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one is high. Up to left. Carrying and right on the warning track. As the left fielder gets in there and stops it from hitting up into the left field area. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one on for San Antonio. We now head to the bottom of the 4th, and the Missions lead it 1-0. Nate Nankill coming in as he'll lead off the bottom of 4 when we come back. Now set to go for the bottom of the 4th inning for Midland. Right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Nate Nankill coming in for Midland. As we're set to go, Davis about ready to start his pitching here in the bottom of the 4th. Boy, what a ugly swing that was. And the count now 0-1. Boy, got a nice sunset coming, and thus far with the clouds, just give a nice sunset.
Yeah, it sure does.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss right there. Nankill down on strikes. 4th one tonight for Austin Davis. First baseman Nick Kurtz coming in. 1 for 1, a single last time up. Takes a inside strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. That's a swing and a miss right there. And the count now 0-2. The pitch. That one high. That one deep. That one is getting out of here. Right there. And that ties the ball game. Nick Kurtz. Boy, I've seen many great home runs, especially that time in San Antonio. Or Leo Dallas DeVries really gets things going for the Missions. Yeah, they sure do, John. I tell you, back at Wolf Stadium, they really get something going. Boy, what a great camera angle right there overlooking almost much of downtown Midland and stuff. And here's Caden Trinkle. 1 ball and no strikes to him. Just love the Rockhound jerseys. You know, Rocky the Rockhound wearing his big oil field hat here in the Permian Basin. And right there in the count now, 1-1. Well, so far, Franco Park doesn't beat Wolf Stadium, but evidently it is really nice. That is fouled off. The count now 1-2. Tied at 1-1, San Antonio and Midland. 1 ball, 2 strikes, bottom of the 4th with Trinkle at the plate. Here's the 1-2, and that's going to get down. A base hit up the left in front of Fabian. And that's a 1-out single for Trinkle.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Nick Schwartz.
And that'll bring up Nick Schwartz. I do apologize about mispronunciation of his name in the last time up. And the pitch. And did he go? Nope, he held up in time for a ball. The count now 1-0. So far, San Antonio trying to hold this game together, but Midland trying to come in and take this one like they did yesterday. And we had that awareness and stuff, but anyway, it was a pretty good broadcast. I say Ben Gelman did pretty well, and he started his vacation.
Runner, runner, runner.
And right there, that one's going to be lifted high in the air, center field, right on the warning track, and he makes the play, Joshua Mears. And they're 2 down, but the runner trying to steal first to go to second. And here is Henry Bolt. Bolt playing center field tonight for Midland. And boy, really good. That's a swing and a miss. The count now 0-1. You know, Bolt the Super Dog had laser eyes, super bark, and yeah, he had some mean punches. The 0-1. High and outside, 1-1.
1-1.
I'll just tell you one thing, that Davis now at 44 pitches as he faces down Henry Bolt. The pitch right there in for a called strike,
1 ball.
and it's 1-2. You get that orange hue, and the clouds and the sunset make a great combination. Just a fire-like orange-red put together, you know. But pretty good right there. That one is hit high in the air up to the right field area. That's the souvenir for a young fan. And that'll be the count now, 1-2. Here's the pitch. And called third strike. Got him down looking. Well, that ends 4 innings of play, so no runs on, well, 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. Midland ties up the ball game as we head to the 5th inning, and it is a tie at 1. So top of the 5th inning, third baseman Yendry Rojas will lead it off for San Antonio when we come back. This proud broadcast is brought to you in part by Taco Villa. Spice your life. Leading off the top of the fifth inning for San Antonio, third baseman Yendry Rojas. Thank you, Bob. And we lead it off the fifth inning for the San Antonio Missions, as that is a first pitch in for a strike, and it is 0-1. Clouds glowing orange over the ballpark tonight. Curveball outside, 1-1. Boy, have you ever been to the Midland Rodeo before? Well, you could check that out, as the rodeo season about ready to go. Don't forget, we do have a planned road travel up to Odessa starting tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. The rodeo starts. That one blistered high in the air. Rojas has one, and that is up the right field wall. And San Antonio taking back the lead this evening. They're saying, nah, this is our ball game tonight. You won yesterday 11-2. Well, they are celebrating in the bullpen for San Antonio. And evidently pretty good right there. Well, our score is 2-1 here. Missions out in front, 414 with 101.8 mile per hour exit velocity. And so far, pretty good. Here is second baseman Nerwillian Cedeno as he comes in. Got that orange and blue. That is really nice there, Bob. Yeah, I got to say, John, absolutely right. Just a beautiful night here in Midland. Boy, Cusick now 57 pitches for the Rockhounds, and he's doing really well. Now, he sure is, Bob. He's had first pitch in for strikes, and yeah, so far he's doing good. 2-1 our score. San Antonio up by 1. Midland trying to get out of this half inning and try to get something going. That one's going to be high in the air up to center, and they come in and grab that one. And Cedeno is out. My favorite guy here from San Antonio, shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries. 1-for-1, the solo home run back in the third inning. Let's see if he could get another one. That one high and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, 17 even in the win and losses for the Missions. Midland 20-14 of the year. They're in second place behind the Frisco Rough Riders. Rough Riders win 12-9 against Corpus Christi today. And boy, they win the 21st of their season. That one is high fly in the air up to left. And the left fielder will range under. And that was 3 balls, no strikes. A wasted opportunity to get on base. And 2 down with left fielder Albert Fabian, the leadoff batter for San Antonio. 1 for 2, a double last time up. And the pitch. That one is outside, 1 ball, no strikes. A righty and a lefty, Dotson and Bowden are warming up in the bullpen now for Midland. Boy, just a nice orange and blue when the clouds glow like that in an evening sunset. That is something to be thankful for, that you see that, and knowing that something like that is pretty good. You know, out there in San Antonio, I'm going to say our rodeo season is very, very short. A championship series now going on there. back home and stuff. Yeah, I gotta say, John, absolutely right about that. Yeah, for sure. That one's going to be a liner up the straightaway right center field, and that's going to get down. And Fabian has a 2-out double. Fans watching back home, that's 2 crispy tacos courtesy of our fans there in San Antonio, Texas. But evidently we offer them Whataburger double meat cheeseburger coupons instead of the basic Taco Bell type coupons and stuff that you get a taco on a double or 2 tacos for a double. But right there, 1 bone, no strikes. Then a second man up in the San Antonio roster, Ethan Salas. Now, evidently, West Creek Trail Rides, Whataburger, and many other sponsors that sponsor the San Antonio missions, no, they are watching from San Antonio tonight. Yeah, I gotta say, John, we welcome everybody in this broadcast. Favorite of ours here in Midland is Taco Villa, which is the Spice Your Life. I mean, you love that location, don't you, John? Oh, indeed I do. Their tacos, their combination burritos, they have almost everything a man could ask for, and their hot sauce is like, whoa, that's some good hot sauce there. Hey, you want to go to Taco Villa tonight? Are you offering? Yeah. Well, I say yes to that. Yendry Rojas will untie the ball game, and yes, there's his home run. As we all look at it, we're 5.5, San Antonio leading it 2-1. We'll be right back for the bottom of the 5th as Drew Swift leads it off for the Rockhounds when we come back here in West Texas. It's Texas League Baseball here in Midland, Texas. The San Antonio Missions 2, Midland Rockhounds 1. Bottom half of the 5th inning set to go for Midland right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Well, the next batter up is Drew Swift as we lead off the bottom of 5, and Boy, gotta say, now the sky glowing orange in this evening. As circle change outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Just a beautiful sunset. Clouds are just the combination of what a sunset can actually be here in West Texas. Here's a 1-1. That one high in the air, up the center. Mears will range, make the play. There's one away.
Now batting, catcher Willie McIver.
Willie McIver coming in now. I have mispronounced his name as well in the Rockhounds lineup. That one is going to be foul, and it's the count now, 0-1. So yes, got fans watching from San Antonio. In the Rockhounds broadcast, that one is in for a called strike. It's 0-2. 0-2. Right there, called third strike, and that is 2 away.
The batter, number
Boy,
9,
Rockhounds
shortstop,
left and right, up and down, getting striked out all at the same time. Here is the leadoff batter, shortstop Arabelle Angeles. Should I say Urabelle Angeles? That one is outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Well, time now is being called, as that will do for Austin Davis. As here comes the manager. And that will do for our starter for San Antonio.
Now pitching for San Antonio,
Omar Cruz coming in, a left-handed,
Omar
well, good enough
Cruz.
relief pitcher. It's a 4-seam, curveball, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball coming in. Also, you could be listening to the ball game at Country Legends, KKYX 104.9 there in San Antonio, and gotta say, pretty good. That one is up top, and the count now is 1-1. Don't forget our San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo out there in San Antonio, Texas. That one high and outside, and the right fielder Campbell looking over and seeing if he could get that one, but unfortunately not. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Here's the pitch. Down and in, 2-2. Omar Cruz now pitching for San Antonio is the first reliever up at this ball game, and that's going to be outside foul. And the count now 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. That one, ouch! That got the pitcher. And they will have no play, as that will reach first base safely.
now batting, second baseman Colby.
And boy, that just bounced off the foot right there. So that will be a infield single to the leadoff batter. And here is Colby Halter. The pitch is high, and that is going to land out of play, foul. So no balls, 1 strike to the Midland second baseman. Fly out and the ground out is 0 for 2 of the evening here for Midland. In the pitch, that's a swing and a miss right there. It's 0-2.
0-2 is the count.
Oh, wow. Just look at that view of the clouds. That is really nice. Have an orange look. It's the color of the jerseys that Midland wears. And right there, called third strike, and that will be out number 3. So no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left on. We head for the 6th inning. San Antonio leading it 2-1. So we'll be right back with a new arm in relief for the Midland Rockhounds right after we get back. Top of the sixth for San Antonio when we come back. Well, about set for the top of the sixth inning for the Midland for San Antonio. But first, we got a starting reliever, Tanner Dodson, getting the call. It's a four-seam slider, curveball, and a two-seam fastball are coming into this one.
Leading off for San Antonio.
Well, San Antonio center fielder Joshua Mears coming in. And man, look at the sky this evening. Ain't it pretty? Oh yeah, the sky, beautiful. Did you know orange is my favorite color? Yeah, very nice on the color. All right there, the count now 1-1. Boy, just love the beauty of the sky here in West Texas. Yep. That one is high, up to right field, and the right fielder will make the play. And that is out number one. First baseman Marcos Castañon coming in now. Two to one our score. San Antonio leading it all the way, just a run ahead of Midland. And we got a righty and a lefty warming up. That's Weisenberger and Bowden. Going on the pitching in the bullpen for the Rockhounds. That's a slider right inside. The count now 1-1. And the pitch. That one is inside. Strike two.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And the count now 1-2. Well, you know, with the sun setting, the clouds will get out of the hue look before too long, even as we get into the sunset hour of 8 o'clock. which that will slowly fade away and until tomorrow night. That's going to be really good. That's a liner straightaway left center, and that's going to be a base hit. Castagnon getting there, and he's got a one-out double.
The batter, number
Boy,
7.
fans watching the broadcast tonight, the big screen. And yes, we could have camp before too long. Well, a lot of fans getting ready to go, and now we're seeing warm-up tosses for the San Antonio relievers. Boy, the third potential run for San Antonio just in scoring position. That will bring in right fielder Jacob Campbell. It's 1 for 2 in the single. And so far, clouds will intensify as we go through the overnight.
1-1.
So 1 ball, 1 strike now to Campbell. And the pitch, that's going to be right there. Liner, that is up to a base hit. And they do not chance it. So first and third for San Antonio. And boy, I tell you one thing, that was a well-defined base hit to right. And that could have been another run in for San Antonio. Designated hitter, Cole Roederer coming in, and here's the pitch. That one down and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out for the San Antonio designated hitter. Boy, San Antonio could put a thrashing on Midland tonight if they could get a base hit, put the third run in, or just whack it out and get a 3-run shot. Make it a 5-1 ball game if that happens.
That's bullpen.
But evidently, I won't count my chickens until my eggs hatch. Yeah, that's funny there, John. 2 balls and a strike. And here's the pitch. He's going to bunt right there. And that looks to be... He didn't get him. He tried to. The bunt was successful. And now San Antonio leading this game by 2. Boy, right there as he tried to apply the tag. And evidently, he couldn't get him. Tried to catch the rat in the trap. I mean, I tell you one thing, that was pretty funny. The rat in the trap, oh my goodness, that was funny. Oh boy. Oh, Yendry Rojas coming in. Well, at the top of the 6th inning, San Antonio has a 2-run advantage against Midland. And the clouds are starting to pretty much unglow the color of the orange. Stadium lights now taking full effect here as second baseman Nerwillian Cedeno comes in. We are top of the 6th inning, boy. 3-1 missions. And that one's down and in. It's 1 ball and no strikes to the 8-hole cleanup hitter. Boy, I hope we see this again tomorrow evening with the clouds, the sunset. It's just a beautiful combination of an orange hue. Well, I think Midland does have some clouds for tomorrow evening and throughout the rest of the week. Yeah, for sure. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count now. First and second, 2 away. And that one is high and outside, 2-2. We had some storm chasers not too long ago, way back then when San Antonio took on the Frisco Rough Riders, and boy, they came in and Right there, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries coming in. They went from Andrews to Fort Stockton and then did a horseshoe right to Ozona. And that is right there, called third strike, and that will strand 2 in this one. But a run in to score for San Antonio. And we now head to the bottom of the 6th inning. San Antonio leading 2. It's 3-1. Nate Nankill coming in as we lead off the bottom of 6th when we come back here on this Wednesday night here in Midland. And it's a 3-1 score. Well, bottom half of the 6th inning for Midland, right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Yeah, you were about ready to say San Antonio Baseball Network, but evidently we are not in San Antonio this week. But Mission fans will be excited when we come back on Tuesday, May 20th, when San Antonio takes on the Wichita Wind Surge this next upcoming week. And so far, pretty good as that. Well, bottom half of the 6th inning, Nate Nankill leads things off for Midland. And here's the pitch. And boy, that one nearly got him. That is ball 1. And the count now is 1-0. One ball, no strikes. To the leadoff batter here in the 6th inning for Midland. That one is high. That one is deep. And he got it right there. Center fielder Joshua Mears.
Now batting, first baseman Nick.
Ranging under. First baseman Nick Kurtz coming in now. Here's the pitch. That right there hit the Castañon. Steps on the bag and easily got him.
The left fielder, number
And
10,
that was a weak contact ball.
Trinkle.
That'll bring up left fielder Caden Trinkle. Trinkle coming in and they're going to have an intentional walk. Boy, you hear them chicken noises now.
Designated hitter.
Well, that'll bring up the designated hitter, Nick Schwartz. As he comes in, he's the tying run for the Rockhounds. And the pitch. That one fouled, and it's the count now 0-1. I got to say, being out here in West Texas, that's just really good. Here's the pitch. That one outside, curveball, 1-1. And I tell you, the orange hue, boy, we saw that for the last couple of innings. The clouds, the sunset, I gotta love how the sky glows orange. Here's the 2-1. That one high and outside. The count now 3-1. Center fielder Henry Bolt getting ready to come out. He gets walked up ball 4. Here's a 3-1. Up top, ball 4, and he loses him on 5 pitches. And now put first and second, still 2 away. And now here is the center fielder for the Midland Rockhounds, Henry Bolt. Boy, they're coming up here with a chance to tie it up and get something going. Here's the pitch. That one in for a strike. 0-1. Boy, pretty good night if Midland can score in some runs. And here's the 0-1. That one is in for a strike. And it's 0-2. And before the 0-2, they'll throw down the first, and he's back in standing. And it looks like they're going to load up the bases here as they'll call him a balk. And now bases are loaded. And that'll bring up third baseman Drew Swift. Swift coming in, ready to go. He hits that one high in the air. Catcher's going after it. And that will end this half inning. So, boy, that was a bases-loaded jam there in the bottom of the 6th inning. We head to the 7th, and it's still a 3-1 ball game for San Antonio. Midland might have done some damage, but they didn't succeed in the last half inning, and so far, I got to say, it was not a good thing that they high-flighted out, but a grand slammer would have put Midland up to 5-3 if they would have got in there and get a base hit or a big grand slam home run right there. But anyway, we head to the top of the 7th inning, and it is a 3-1 score here in. Well, we'll have a new arm coming out for Midland. When we come back, it's still a San Antonio lead, 3-1 for the Missions. Top half of the seventh inning for San Antonio right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Well, a left-hander, Ben Bowden, is coming in as a four-seam splitter, slider, and a two-seam fastball. He'll get the call for Midland in this relief program.
Leading off for San Antonio.
San Antonio shortstop Leo Dallas DeVries coming in. And yep, it is seventh inning already. Ball game's going pretty good tonight. 2-run lead for San Antonio here in this one. I've got to say the Mission's doing really well here this fine evening. But Rockhound fans want Midland to win. Midland has a 2-run trail to catch up to San Antonio, and so far they need to get back at it because they're down to their last 9 outs. Yeah, I gotta say, John, they absolutely are. And if they could try to get in here and get something going tonight, that'd be really good. They sure would. Down and in, splitter. 2-2 the count now to Leo Dallas DeVries. Boy, the sky was glowing. I couldn't even emphasize how pretty that was. Well, when the sky glows colors, like, say, the severe weather season, and you get them pretty modest clouds. Oh, the strikeout by Ben Bowden will get the last batter. 9-hole hitter. And now here is the left fielder, Albert Fabian. Pretty good in this one. Here's a pitch. That is in the strike zone. Count now 0-2. Here's the pitch. And that is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Fabian. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider gets him fooled. And that is out number 2.
The batter, the catcher,
Ethan Salas coming up now. Strikeout and 2 flyouts, 0 for 3 of the night for San Antonio. And the pitch. And did he hold up? No, he did not. Right behind the home plate is the umpire, Jonathan Berkeley, calling balls and strikes. And right there, the count now 0-2. Boy, swing and a miss. And Salas looks like he's trying to catch it, but Ben Bowden is not letting it go. And that one is high, pop up right to center, and that will do it. Well, fans, get up a stretch as we have 7th inning stretch in the ballpark. San Antonio leading it 3-1. McIver, Angeles, and Halter will lead it off in the bottom half of the Midland home 7th. Well, back for more baseball coming up in this West Texas evening. And pretty good on that as well. We head to the bottom of 7. And it's 3-1 San Antonio. Well, we're bottom half of the seventh inning as stretch time has ended. And now it's Willie McIver as he comes in from Midland, 9-1-2. And here is John Baker to continue the broadcast. Well, thank you, Bob. And got to say, McIver coming in ready to go. In the pitch. That one right there. That's a liner. Straightaway left. And that's going to get down for a no-out double. McIver coming in. And boy, the Rockhounds now have the tying run up to the plate. And that is Irabel Angeles. Angeles coming in, ready to go. Here's the pitch. That one down and in. The count now 0-1. 1 for 3 tonight. Single. Last time up for Midland. In the pitch. That one right there, foul. And it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. That one hit to Cedeno. He'll toss over to Castagnon. But meanwhile, from second to third goes another runner in scoring position. That'll bring in Colby Halter. Halter coming in ready to go in this one. And the pitch. High in the air into the crowd, and that is foul, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike here on this Wednesday night. The pitch. That one is right there. And that'll put in the run, but a sacrifice to there. And that makes it a 1-run lead for San Antonio.
The right fielder, number
3-2 our score for the Missions. Here is Nate Nankill. Nankill coming in and is ready. Here's the pitch. That one high in the air, deep to right, and that is foul. So the count now 0-1. Run in to score after the sacrifice. And the pitch. That is right there and in. And the count now is 0-2. Well, I'll tell you one thing. Midland trying to get in this ball game and get something going. Here's the pitch right there. Swing and a miss. And they'll cut him down right there. And that is 7 complete here in Midland. We head to the 8th inning. San Antonio leads it 3-2. Well, we're going to have a new reliever coming in for the 8th inning. As we'll be right back after this one. This is Rockhounds baseball. And it is a 3-2 score for San Antonio in this broadcast. Well, we lead off the top of the eighth inning for San Antonio, right now the Midland Rockhounds Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Our right-hander, Stevie Emanuel's coming in now. It's a four-seam slider, a cutter, and he's ready to come on into the broadcast. San Antonio center fielder Joshua Mears. Coming in as 1 for 3 of the ninth. And that's a strike inside. The count now is 0-1. Weisenberger and Tomoka coming in now. Warming up for Midland. 3-2 our score. Here's a pitch down and in, 1-1. 10,395. Boy, that's a big attendance right there. Wouldn't you say that'd be a full house?
Yep, that ball went out.
I gotta say, 11,000, that would have been a packed house. If everybody wants Taco Villa coupons, boy, they come to the right place in the Rockhounds game. Right there. Boy, that was right there. The count now 2-2. We have seen a beautiful evening here in the ball game, and the clouds that just now going up to right field, those were shining. Just a beautiful orange hue as the sun goes down.
That's a ball.
And right there, the ball. The count now 1-0 to Marcos Castañon. And the slider is inside for 1-1. The count now. 3-2 San Antonio. 1-run lead for the Missions. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the eighth inning here in Midland. 1-2 the count now. And the pitch. And called third strike. Castañon is down and out.
Now batting, number 7.
And that's going to bring in right fielder Jacob Campbell. 2 for 3 of the ninth.
Ball, that's outside.
And that's a ball outside. The count now. Count now is.
Ball, that's out.
Oh, that looked like 2 balls and no strikes right there to Campbell. Well, we have 4 more games with San Antonio here. 3-0, the designated hitter, Cole Roederer coming in. Corpus Christi and Midland will take the hometown for the Rockhounds, and that will be on Tuesday, May 27th at 6:30, but pitch will be in. First pitch goes to 7:05, so they will have that one. Here's the pitch. Right there, called strike.
The count's full.
And the count now is 3 balls, 2 strikes, and that is ball 4. And boy, I tell you what, that is really good. Here is the designated hitter, Cole Roederer. RBI single in the 6th, 1 for 3. That's a .299 for San Antonio tonight. I absolutely love how this goes. So pretty awesome. I mean, just absolutely love how it is. Here's a pitch. That is right there. Hit the first, and that's the inning. No runs, hits, or errors. Nobody on for San Antonio. As we are 8.5 here this evening, San Antonio leading it 3-2. As we head to the bottom of the 8th inning here tonight in Midland. So back here for more baseball tonight. And so far, pretty good on that. Well, we're bottom half of the 8th inning, ready to go for Midland, right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Nick Kurtz coming in now for the Rockhounds. In the pitch. Ouch, and that got him. And boy, that was a ball that really got him in the neck blade right there. Left fielder Caden Trinkle coming in. Hits that one right in the square of that strike zone. And it's 0-1. So far, don't forget, Midland will wear their Blue Amigo jerseys tomorrow evening. Or just depends what they wear, but do really like the orange ones. That one high fly in the air, and Fabian will make the grab. They're 1 down.
The batter, number 6, designated hitter, Nick Schwartz.
That'll bring up the designated hitter, Nick Schwartz. Hey, what are you eating? Pepperoni. Give me some too. That right there's a swing and a miss. And the count now 0-1. I love the pepperoni. Yeah, so do I. That one down and in. And the count now is 1-1. And they're going to issue a balk for him. I wonder why. They'll get first and second now.
Now batting, center fielder, Henry Bolt.
Well, here is Henry Bolt. 0 for 2, a walk last time up. Here's the pitch. That one is high and outside, and that's going to be a strike. It's 0-1. You know me, just have a little snack while we do the broadcast. Still pretty good on that. Here's the 0-1. Right there out of play. So no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2. And that is foul. And, yep. There's the chicken move right there as now bases are loaded up, and now third baseman Drew Swift is coming in. In the pitch. That's a right there in for a strike. It's 0-1. Boy, Swift can unload the bases if he hits one, and it'll be a Rockhounds grand slam putting up to 6-3. Now on outside, 1-1. You think Omar Cruz is having a tough time out there on the hill for San Antonio, John? I don't know, maybe, but we're keeping close eyes on this guy. Here's a 1-1. That one up top, 2-1. Well, and I tell you one thing, that is something that can really hurt you in the end if you're not watching and your strikes are not that consistent. Then you really got to pay attention. 3-1 the count now, and one more could walk in the tying run. Willie McIver coming in. 3-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Right there, high in the air. And that's going to get down. Here comes the run, but no, he does not go. Boy, a smart move. And Midland's going to keep that tying run at third. Here's Willie McIver. 1 for 3, a double and a run. Ball game, bottom of the 8th, 3-2 San Antonio. We're in Midland, Texas tonight. We're a long way home. We're
One's the count.
about 5 hours from San Antonio. We're 3 hours away from Amarillo. And that's going to be a liner. And they'll get them easily. And that will do it. Well, one more half inning, or should I say one more inning, and that will pretty much be it for the broadcast. Top of the ninth, San Antonio leading it 3-2. We have another relief pitcher coming out, and we'll be right back for the ninth inning for San Antonio, and we'll be right back. Top of the ninth inning for San Antonio right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Well, a right-hander, Shomeli Okiawa, whatever his name is, he comes in as a right-hander. Hey, what's so funny there, John? I spelled his name wrong. Oh, goodness. I hope he don't come up here and whoop me later. But anyway, third baseman for San Antonio comes to Yendry Rojas. Oh, man. I do apologize. making fun of him and stuff. But yeah, very rude of me to do that. But no, we got two right-handers warming up in the Rockhounds bullpen. Man, the pitch, that one is outside the count now, 1-1. Boy, Midland needs to get something going in the bottom of the ninth inning. Maybe a two-run shot to walk it off and take game two against San Antonio away from the Missions. I mean, that right there would be really good, but down the count now, 2-2. I tell you one thing, I think Midland loves the Tornado Wranglers. Oh, yeah, you've been watching Twisters, haven't you? Oh, yeah, with Glenn Powell? Yeah. That movie is a bomb. He's got more power when he chases Twisters. Second baseman Nerwillian Cedeno coming in. He's 0 for 3, strikeout, flyout, and a ground out.
Ball one, no strikes.
So, pretty good right there. Here's a 1-0. And slider got him. The count now 1-1. Nighttime here in beautiful Midland. Final inning of the night. All right there, splitter will get him, and the count now 1-2. One and two. And called third strike, and now San Antonio's down against their final out.
Number 94.
And third inning, Leo Dallas DeVries just puts one out of reach. Just look at this guy. That ball was really hit on the screws. And down and in, 1 ball and no strikes. It's Shohei Tomiyoko. Oh, you don't even know how to say his name. This guy is all the way from China. Well, I thought it'd be Japan or something. He's a Japan right-hander coming in. And that's a taken inside called strike by Tomioka. And there we go. Said his name right there. That one is high, pop up right to center. And that will pretty much do it. Well, we head to the bottom of the ninth inning. Angeles, Halter, and Nankiel will lead it off for Midland as we go to the bottom of 9 here for Midland. So we're back right here as Urbel Angeles will lead it off for the Rockhounds, and we'll be right back. Bottom half of the ninth inning for Midland right here on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Oh, right there, and yeah. One more chance for Midland here this evening as we get set for the bottom of 9. Arabelle Angeles coming in for Midland. That is right there and in for a strike. And what the heck? They're calling balk on him too? Jeez, so now the tying run is up to the plate.
Halter.
Now the winning run, that is Colby Halter. Halter coming in, ready to go. Here's the pitch. That one is high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Don't forget Game 3 tomorrow evening. First pitch at 7. Here's a 1-0. That one high and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Boy, just a fun night here in Midland. I'm glad we got to come. It's a road trip from San Antonio. Yeah, I got to say, John, absolutely right. But Wolf Stadium is so far pretty good. And, well, that's going to fall down. That's a base hit. Joshua Mears lost it. And that's going to put the wind right 90 feet. And Colby Halter comes in and ties it up. And this looks like San Antonio could lose this one. But evidently a base hit could get her going. Nate Nankel coming in. The pitch. And that's going to be right there. Liner. Here comes the winning run. And that is the winning run coming in. And the Rockhounds walk it off. And they win Game 2. And that will make a home crowd go nuts tonight. Boy, a few fireworks are shooting out there in the right field. And boy, that was a winning run there. Final score 4-3 for Midland as they close it off here tonight. Don't forget, Game 3's tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock, and we hope to see you guys here at Franco Park for the next game. Well, we've had fun, and we'll say it's nice to be away from San Antonio for a while. But Bob and myself will go home on Sunday after that game. And yes, we have the Wichita Wind Surge coming to town, so that's nice. Yeah, John, it really is. Well, we're going to go get dinner in just a little bit, and we're headed to Taco Villa. Man, we sure are. Ooh, I can't wait to have that there, Bob. Yeah, for sure. Well, Rockhounds win. Final score 4-3 on a walk-off. And boy, that was really good stuff right there. Well, anyway, Omar Cruz getting the loss for San Antonio. Nick Kurtz and Shohei Tomika gets the win. The Japan right-hander gets the win tonight for Midland. And so far, pretty good on that. Well, let's go over your runs, hits, and errors first for the victorious Midland Rockhounds. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. And for San Antonio, 3 runs on 10 hits and no errors. Well, I'm guessing everybody has played baseball. Midland and Frisco are tied with 21-14 as Midland takes this game away from San Antonio.
So the missions are 17-18. And anyway, gotta say, boy, what a day it was. Well, Rough Riders and Rockhounds tied at 21 of the year. So between Frisco and Midland, that's just decided right there. Yeah, it is, John. And tomorrow could be a deciding factor. If Midland wins, they'll be moved up to first place. Frisco will be put to second. And so far, we'll see what happens there. Man, for sure, Bob. Well, gotta say, a lot of ball clubs have played. At least 8 of them have played this morning and this afternoon as well. But anyway, we hope to see you all again tomorrow night as we take on Midland for Game 3 of our 6-game set. You know, missions after the Sunday game in Midland, they'll head home, and so do we. We head back to San Antonio to take on the Wichita Wind Surge, and so far, pretty good on that. Well, anyway, Ben Gelman will be back when we head to Arkansas after our 6-game set with the Wichita Wind Surge. And so far, he's on vacation, so that's pretty nice that he does get a vacation. And so far, he'll be gone for the next 2 weeks. So I will have to fill in. Yeah, I got to say, John, I'll be right here with you. I mean, we have the Rockhounds and Wind Surge to deal with, so that will be good as well. Yes, it will there, Bob. Well, anyway, we've had a fun night tonight, and thank you guys for letting us take you to the ball game. And our time of this broadcast is 2 hours, 35 minutes. And so far, what a night it's been. By golly. Rockhounds come back in the bottom of the 9th. Boy, they had some pretty good home runs. But anyway, San Antonio hits a run in the 3rd inning. Midland comes back, ties it up in the bottom of 4. And San Antonio in the 5th and 6th inning had 2 solo home runs, making it a 3-1 ball game. Midland comes back bottom of 7, and it's 3-2. And then they come right in from behind and win it with 2 runs, making it a final score of 4-3. So Midland wins this one here tonight. And yeah, pretty good ball game for the Rockhounds in this one. Well, anyway, we hope that you guys had a great day today. It's been an awesome day, and we'll hope to see you again tomorrow evening. For myself and Bob, we are off to Taco Villa to get dinner. And we'll see you at the ballpark tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. So have a good night, everybody. From Midland, Texas, our final score, Rockhounds 4, San Antonio 3.